Hi, my name is Deborah. I'm a registered nurse with the triage team for Dr. Wilson. Returning your phone call. Is this Anita? No problem. Can I go ahead and have your date of birth? That way I know I'm in the correct file, please. All right, thank you. And I see you've been one of Dr. Wilson's patients now for about a year. Is that correct? All right. So it says here today that you're calling because you've been feeling like you're kind of depressed. Do you want to kind of talk to me and tell me what's going on with you right now? Well, first off, I want to thank you for calling and talking about this because sometimes people have a hard time talking about it. And part of getting better is taking the time to talk and really explore it and open up to somebody. It's better to do that than to ball it all up inside. So thank you so much for doing that. Um, what I do is I talk about the symptoms, and I am going to rule out some physical symptoms with you too. It sounds like you have a lot on your plate right now. So are you okay if I take about 5 minutes to ask you some physical symptoms also? So you said that you've been working on your PhD and you've not really felt like socializing and wanting to be around people as much. And you said that this is really off for you. Have you been taking care of yourself? Like, have you been drinking and eating properly, keeping yourself hydrated, getting the sleep that you need? Okay, yeah, anytime we have major changes in our diet, that can cause us to have a little bit of issues also. And if you're not properly hydrating and taking care of yourself, especially when you're in stressful situations with working in your PhD. So that's something to kind of think about. Have you had any problems with your stomach, or have you had any problems peeing or pooping? Okay, all right, that's good to hear. And so what I want to talk about now is you've talked about not feeling yourself. Do you feel like you could be depressed? So I do need to ask a hard question just because it's always a good idea. Are you feeling suicidal or do you feel like you want to kill yourself? Okay, that's good to know. And if you ever start to feel that way, we're here for you. We want you to be able to reach out and talk to somebody about that. So I'm glad to hear that you're not at that point, and I'm really glad to hear that because that's an epidemic that our nation's going through right now, especially when you're dealing with your PhD and all that too. So I wanted to make for certain. All right. So um, the big thing, of course, for this is for us to make for certain that you're not suicidal, which you said you're not. And then we want to see what we can do to help with your energy. Like you said, you've been eating and drinking properly, taking care of yourself, but you are having a whole hard time with that. How has your sleep been also? Are you feeling a harder time to concentrate? Are you having a harder time to concentrate and to get tasks completed? Are you overwhelmed by the tasks at times? All right. And how has your blood pressure been and your heart rate and all that? Do you feel any heart palpitations or anything like that with you recently? Are you doing any exercising? Okay. Well, like I said, I'm very glad that you reached out about this, and especially with the stress you've got going on in your life. And the big thing that I think would be important is that you're seen within the next 24 hours. I want the doctor to be able to talk to you about helping with maybe some medications to either help you sleep if that's something you want to do, or giving you some advice too. And with us working from home and doing this kind of stuff, especially with you being tied to your desk for so long, it's always important that you take some time, just 5 to 10 minutes every hour, to get up and move around, give your body a chance to get the oxygen that it needs and move around to kind of help with your mood, because it's so easy to just sit and get restless and tense in an area. So if that's all right, I'm going to have somebody give you a call for an appointment within the next 24 hours. All right. Do you have any other questions for me? Well, I think the pandemic affected all of us in so many different ways, changing our workflow, the stress, having no social outlook, times for us to get together socially with people. Um, so I think that has a lot to do with it. And with transitioning to home work from home, we're not getting out as much and doing as much to help ourselves. So I'm really glad that you called, especially with you working on your PhD and working a full-time job. That's a lot of stress for anybody. So it's good that you reached out, and hopefully we can have the doctor talk to you and give you some ideas and some support. But we're here 24/7 also. So if you ever want to talk to somebody like me, a nurse again, feel free to call. Okay, sounds good. And don't be afraid if you have friends, let them know that they can reach out to their doctors also on something like this, because we've had quite a few people that have needed support and help, and we don't want it to get to the other end also. Does that make sense? All right. Thank you so much. You take care and have a great day.